Using the wrong tools can cause more harm than good. Same applies to business. Ask yourself, what does your business really need? Not sure? Visit www.smeconnect.firstbanknigeria.com to find out and get the best solutions for your business.
You first, First Bank.
Brother Jumble, why you dey fumble? You no need to dey suffer to send money, oh. Carry phone, make you dial the number 8948. Make you know the wait. 8949. No need to dey stand for line. 8944. It is safe and secure. 894 for me. 894 for you. There's a number that could change the whole world. It no matter if you don't get data. Just pick your phone and dial the number 894 for me, 894 for you, 894 for Niger.
Dial star 894 hash to get started.
You first bank.
In 1894, our first branch opened in Lagos, Nigeria. And we took our place in this new land brimming with possibilities and surprises. Take Kano, for instance, where the city's wealthiest trader made his first deposit. 20 bags of silver arriving on camelback. Aren't you glad that we offer online banking today? Expanding across the West African sub-region and beyond, our early presence made it possible for all hardworking Africans to build great things. So is it any wonder that not one, but two First Bankers have gone on to become Nigeria's central banker? We are intricately woven into the fabric of society, supporting polo for over 100 years and pushing the limits of athletic performance. Rooted in tradition, but constantly leaning forward into the future. Are you coming?
You first, First Bank.
Emergencies happen when you least expect them to. It gets worse when you are cash strapped. No need to despair. First Advance has you covered. You can get that urgent cash right now on First Advance. With First Advance, salary earners can get up to 50% of their salary. No hassles. As long as you earn a monthly salary and your salary account has been active for at least 2 months. Just dial star 894 star 11 hash or simply dial star 894 hash on your mobile phone. What's more, when you open a First Bank salary account, you can enjoy 0 charges and free debit card issuance. Download the First mobile app on Play Store or App Store today. Log in to experience First Bank digital banking. Select loans, select First Advance, and follow the prompts to receive your loan. Don't let that urgent need get the best of you. Get First Advance now. It's as simple as dialing star 894 star 11 hash. First Advance. Fast, convenient, secure. You first. First Bank.
Shopping can be so much fun. Scanning through well-known brands and clicking on the payment button is so fulfilling. Thinking of places to rock them? The island or on a boat cruise? Traveling round the world, visiting exotic places with no cash worries or border issues. The First Bank Naira credit card is accepted in over 29 million locations and can be used in over 1.8 million ATMs in over 200 countries worldwide. The First Bank Naira credit card is denominated in Naira with a maximum credit limit of 3 million Naira. It's got flexible repayment options, interest-free period of up to 45 days, and highly secured with Verified by Visa (VBV). The card can be obtained at any First Bank branch and used for international and local payments. So, don't let cash hinder your lifestyle. Get the First Bank Naira credit card today. You first. FirstBank.
Technology has changed the way we communicate. Imagine if you could chat with your bank on the go and enjoy round-the-clock services every day. Making your banking experience much more exciting, safe and convenient is exactly what FirstBank WhatsApp chat banking is designed to do. Meet Alex. Whether it's 12 midnight or 5 a.m., he can make inquiries, transfer funds, buy airtime and data, pay bills, check account balance, and enjoy other banking services. From the comfort of his home, office, on a bus, in a taxi, while shopping, no matter where he is, as long as his WhatsApp number is the same as the registered phone number on his FirstBank account, banking is now truly at his fingertips. Be like Alex. Sign up to FirstBank Chat Banking on WhatsApp today by adding FirstBank on 0812 444 4000 to your contact list. Get on WhatsApp and say hi. Welcome to a world of possibilities. Add FirstBank on 0812 444 4000 to begin chat banking today. You first. FirstBank.
Using the wrong tools can cause more harm than good. Same applies to business. Ask yourself, what does your business really need? Not sure? Visit www.smeconnect.firstbanknigeria.com to find out and get the best solutions for your business.
You first. FirstBank.
Brother Jumble, why you dey fumble? You no need to dey suffer to send money, oh. Carry phone, make you dial the number 8948. Make you know the wait. 8949. No need to dey stand for line. 8944. It is safe and secure. 894 for me. 894 for you. 894. There's a number that could change the whole world. 894. It no matter if you don't get data. 894. Just pick your phone and dial the number. 894 for me. 894 for you. 894 for Niger.
Dial *894# to get started.
You FirstBank.
In 1894, our first branch opened in Lagos, Nigeria. And we took our place in this new land brimming with possibilities and surprises. Take Kano, for instance, where the city's wealthiest trader made his first deposit. 20 bags of silver arriving on camelback. Aren't you glad that we offer online banking today? Expanding across the West African sub-region and beyond, our early presence made it possible for all hardworking Africans to build great things. So is it any wonder that not one, but two First Bankers have gone on to become Nigeria's central banker? We are intricately woven into the fabric of society, supporting polo for over 100 years and pushing the limits of athletic performance. Rooted in tradition, but constantly leaning forward into the future. Are you coming?
You first. FirstBank.
Emergencies happen when you least expect them to. It gets worse when you are cash trapped. No need to despair. First Advance has you covered. You can get that urgent cash right now on First Advance. With First Advance, salary earners can get up to 50% of their salary. No hassles. As long as you earn a monthly salary and your salary account has been active for at least 2 months, just dial star 894 star 11 hash or simply dial star 894 hash on your mobile phone. What's more, when you open a FirstBank salary account, you can enjoy 0 charges and free debit card issuance. Download the First mobile app on Play Store or App Store today. Log in to experience FirstBank digital banking. Select loans, select First Advance, and follow the prompts to receive your loan. Don't let that urgent need get the best of you. Get First Advance now. It's as simple as dialing star 894 star 11 hash. First Advance. Fast, convenient, secure. You first. FirstBank.
Shopping can be so much fun. Scanning through well-known brands and clicking on the payment button is so fulfilling. Thinking of places to rock them? The island or on a boat cruise? Traveling round the world, visiting exotic places with no cash worries or border issues. The FirstBank Naira credit card is accepted in over 29 million locations and can be used in over 1.8 million ATMs in over 200 countries worldwide. The FirstBank Naira credit card is denominated in Naira with a maximum credit limit of 3 million Naira. It's got flexible repayment options, interest-free period of up to 45 days, and highly secured with Verified by Visa (VBV). The card can be obtained at any FirstBank branch and used for international and local payments. So don't let cash hinder your lifestyle. Get the FirstBank Naira credit card today.
You first. FirstBank. Technology.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are all welcome to one in our long series of webinars speaking to our customer webinar on security. You're welcome. My name remains Emmanuel Okoroji, your moderator, and of course, just like we have done it for more than 4 years running, we are here today to speak on a trending security topic that remains exciting, speaks to the core issues, and of course, presents a learning path for everyone that is joining us today. The subject for today's discussion basically would be on unlocking secure convenience, exploring the future of payment technologies. The digital banking space has been dynamic, if I have to say, and of course, the expectations are of convenience and safety. The users today basically leverage these channels for convenience, and of course, in leveraging convenience, of course, everyone looks at safety because we all work hard for our funds and we don't necessarily want to lose our money. And of course, safety is key. And that is one big reason why we are having this engagement today. How do you ensure the safety of your, of your funds, and of course of your transactions? So we have lined up a list of industry experts, a number of industry experts drawn from both our bank and of course one of our core merchants, which is MasterCard. And of course they will be speaking on this trending topic. We have, of course, I will be introducing our panelists for today's engagement, who includes Mayowa, Adeyemi, and of course, Peter Ahizogia, and of course, no other person than Dr. Harrison Inaji, the CISO of FirstBank. I will just give the ground rules before I go to the introductions. So basically the ground rules, please pay attention, rapt attention, so you don't miss out on any of the information that is being passed today. Of course, you can use the Q&A for your questions. Please, we only would attend to questions asked using the Q&A menu. The chat menu, please, those are for passing information to us in case if there are technical glitches that you want to highlight to me, the moderator, of course, to our team behind the scene. And if you have issues, of course, I've spoken to that, please, you need to be in an environment that, offers, doesn't offer you much distraction so that you can actually, pay attention to the information that is being passed across. And of course, maximize the value that you're getting from this webinar. Please, I need to sound this. There are quizzes and fantastic prizes tied to these quizzes. And of course, at the tail end of this engagement, we'll be having an opinion poll. Please, the poll is meant, to elicit feedback, which will encourage and also help us to look at ways to improve on this webinar. So having said all this, I'll say welcome once again to today's engagement. I will then go into the mainstay of introducing our panelists for today's engagement. And I will start off with our visiting panelist, which includes Mayowa Adewumi, who is the regional manager in MasterCard with a number of certifications. Mayowa is a cyber intelligence regional manager, currently responsible for managing all cybersecurity efforts, core cybersecurity products, and the cyber resilience program across the Eastern Europe, Middle East, and of course, Africa region. He worked as a senior consultant in the technology advisory, cybersecurity, and data privacy departments of PwC West Market area before joining MasterCard. He's a seasoned information security and data privacy professional with a wealth of experience across these domains. He has extensive consulting experience in cybersecurity, information security, and data privacy, advising clients across various sectors, banking, fintech, FCNG, and of course, government. He has led several teams in the execution of various engagements and projects, which includes technology and application security assurance, VAPT, third-party and technology risk assessment, cybersecurity strategy transformation, policy and standard documentation drafting and implementation, and cybersecurity training and awareness activities with track records of successes. Thank you. And then Peter Ahizogia, a manager with MasterCard Products and Solutions, C&I West Africa. Peter is a cybersecurity and intelligence regional lead to the Customer Solutions Center in West Africa, and is responsible for driving all aspects of the C&I product agenda, from product management, new product initiative, sales support, and of course, business performance. He supports the solution architects, he supports the solution architects and account managers to unlock opportunities and bring together new and existing MasterCard capabilities, product and solution in a holistic way to customers. He has over 16 years experience in digital and financial product management. He started his career in the payments space as a product manager for Guarantee Trust Bank, handling several roles spanning across cards, POS acquiring, payment products, and customer experience management center. After 11 years, he joined the Bank, where he was responsible for product and revenue optimization across the bank's digital and traditional payment channels in alignment with the strategy of ETI Group, comprising of 33 African affiliate countries. Peter holds a bachelor's degree in economics and has an MBA alumnus of the prestigious Lagos Business School. He's a certified project manager and business analyst and risk manager, and enjoys tutoring exam candidate in his spare time. And finally, we're coming home to Dr. Harrison Inaji, who is the Group Information Security Officer for FirstBank of Nigeria Limited and its subsidiaries. He needs no introduction, but for formality's sake, I would read out his profile that we had compressed just to manage time. So Dr. Harrison Inaji is an accomplished data, cyber, and information security strategist with 17 plus years experience in the conception, engineering, design, delivery, operations, and optimization of cyber data and infosec capabilities, networking, and IT operations for enterprise-grade environments. He has a BE engineering in electrical and electronics engineering, 4 master's degree with 2 focusing on cyber, data, cloud, and information security, a PhD in management, leadership, and organizational strategy, and multiple industry-related certifications. An established global conference speaker, multiple award winner, industry influencer, mentor, and an avid promoter of cybersecurity practices, career, and wellness. So thank you so much. I think we have done justice to the panelists today, and of course we're reading those biography. I'm sure it highlights the excitement that we look forward to today. And of course, this is not a first one. We have been doing this over the years, and we keep getting better. So having done the introduction, I will call on our host, who is Dr. Harrison Inaji, for his opening remarks, and then we will take our presentations from our visitors from Mayowa, and then we will then get into the presentation from the CISO, and finally we'll be addressing all questions that are posted. So please, as the moderator, I would say as soon as we start the engagement, if you have questions, particularly from the presentations or questions you've been willing and pushing to ask us during this webinar, please pose those questions. We will take them, and of course we will give responses to them. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, for being here today. I will then call on Dr. Harrison Inaji, the CISO, the Group CISO for FirstBank, for his opening remarks, and of course ushering us into the engagement for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Can you just confirm you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you and I can see you.
Yeah. Thank you. And again, thanks our panelists. I think every other opportunity we have, continue to pick people by picking, okay? So make sure that we continue to teach the discourse and make sure we're bringing you information, data that you require to survive today and tomorrow. Okay? We've done this over time, and we continue to do it once we have opportunity to work with you. Today will not be different, I promise you. Every other quarter, we look at what is happening in the industry. We look at what is happening.
Sorry, Sister, sorry to cut you. I think you might want to position your mic.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, it's far better. Thank you.
Okay, so every other quarter, we look at what is happening within the industry. We look at what is happening globally. We put together topics to reflect that. If just by doing 10%, 5% of what you hear from our webinars, especially the customer-focused webinars, there are less chances that you fall victim of cyber crime or cyber attack. Less chance, especially around the digital transactions, because we are dealing with real factors. We are not hypothesizing. We are looking at it. And in some of these sessions, we have also brought real data to show what customers are experiencing and what the challenge with knowledge gap. Because if you know better, the chances are that you will act better. Okay? So I will again encourage all of us to participate. Don't just attend, participate, ask questions, provide insight, share experiences. Okay, that will collectively help us enrich the conversation that we are having. And just like I will always say, when you hear it, spread the news, become the ambassador, become the champion within your own community, so that collectively we can continue to defend what we can consider our common franchise. So welcoming you again to another very good opportunity. And I think I'm actually excited about some of the topics that we'll be speaking to today. And welcoming you back from the long holiday. And again, the goal is that you, even if the attack must happen, you should be one of the last. You and your community and your family and your friends. So become a champion, utilize the information you're getting here, and fully participate. Welcoming you to another very exciting opportunity. Let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecil. Thank you so much for that introductory remark. We have a number of our audience posting in. Probably before you speak next, you might have to look at your mic. Thank you, Cecil. Thank you for that opening remark. And of course, welcoming and ushering our audience in. I forgot there was a holiday in between. So this might be coming later. I'm wishing everyone had a very, very successful and restful holiday period. So thank you. So in keeping with our agenda, of course, we would be taking the presentation from Mayowa and Dewunmi and Peter Ehizogian. So please, if you're ready, Mayowa, you can, you have the floor. Are you ready?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction. And good afternoon to our audience. I welcome you once again to this webinar. As said earlier by the CISO, right? These are practical, right? And if you can take it and make use of all this information, you are rest assured that you will be less victim or even no victim. You won't be a victim to threat actors. You won't be a victim to fraud actors and etc. Yeah, so without further ado, I think enough introduction has been done. I just want us to dive into the topics, right? Please confirm if you can see my screen as I proceed in this trade.
Yes, your screen is visible. Please, you can go on.
All right, thank you. The topic says unlocking secure convenience, right? Exploring the future of payment technologies. And personally, I like to deliver training in like to give definition in a very simple manner, right? So here we have basically two words, and the first one is convenience, two major words, right? And the second one is security, right? And we can all agree with me that the evolution of payment technology, the evolution of banking, is majorly built on convenience, right? And we'll be looking at this, and more focus will be on the security aspect, because I think that's the major things here that we need to address for you, the customer. So the objective basically, we have two major objectives here. And the first one is to understand the future of payment technologies, focusing on security, convenience, and risk. And the second one is balancing the role of you, the customer, in ensuring secure payment in modern payment system, along with the convenience it brings. So I would like to start with we just taking some flashback on the evolution of payment ecosystem. And as shown on my slide, you cannot agree with me, and most of us can still remember, right, how this evolution actually happens. Basically, I classified this into three. And the first one is early, right? And the second one is expanding ecosystem, while the third classification is evolving ecosystem. So when we talk about early, it means those are the, let me use this common word, olden days way, right, of making payments, of making transactions, of banking, right? And the second classification with expanding ecosystem, that means the presence, basically, like the presence era we have now when it comes to payments, when it comes to banking. Why the evolving ecosystem speaks to continuously improving ecosystem, right? That is a non-stop aspect of this ecosystem. That is, today we have some technology in place. Tomorrow we should expect more, right? So these are the three classification, and under it, we have some list, some example, and just taking us back again to the early stage, early time. We can all agree between the time of trade by barter that we need to exchange goods to make payments or to perform transaction. Moving forward to currency, when we start spending cash, when we start spending kobo, naira for Nigeria, etc. Then moving to the era of piggy bank, and I still believe some people still use piggy bank, right? Probably some still have it at home, but we cannot agree that's not secure enough, right? Then moving to Asian banking, where we need to queue a long queue at the banking or to, in fact, we are not sure if our payment is successful instantly, right? We need to queue. At times, we need to just deposit the money hand to hand, write our name on the ledger, write our name on the accounting books, write the date, put signature, and say, okay, we come back, wait for confirmation that the money has actually been transacted as expected. So those are those are earlier states, those are earlier stages, those are olden days, right? Means of payment. But we can see that technology is a very fast and swift evolving thing, right? That it moves so quickly that the pace is very high, the pace is very swift. And we can now see now from those early stage, we are now in a new stage, right? Where we talk about cryptocurrency and blockchain. When we talk about mobile app, now we have a mobile app at our convenience, irrespective of our location, irrespective of where we are. We can make transaction, we can make payment using our mobile phone, etc., which is the era which we are now. Same goes to web-based payment, where this speak to e-commerce, right? We can shop online, we can make payments at the convenience, like inside our room, anywhere, any place, once we have internet access. Then we talk about ATM, right? We can see, I would like to point out here that we can see that if we should look at this era closely, we cannot agree with me that payment is majorly built on convenience. Basically, payment is majorly built on what? Convenience. If we should study it very well, we realize that it become more convenience, it become more comfortable, right? However, this convenience they comes with a lot of risk, right? We can agree between the time of ATM, right? Before ATM time, right? There's a long queue, there's congestion in the banking or for us to collect money, etc. But when ATMs come, which is another convenience, you can see there's some of us, we in fact, if we should can't if we should use a can't now or we should vote now, we can agree some of us has not even we've not stepped into the banking now for months, right? That is because we can now take money in the era during the era of ATM too. It was convenience at first, but we can see that it become a bit ethic again because long queue on the ATM. Now we now talk about POS, where you don't need to even go to the ATM to get your money. So we can see that this evolution basically speaks to what? It speaks to convenience, right? And if you should look at the evolving ecosystem now, which we'll talk about, right? I would like to talk about AI basically and the issues that comes with it, what we should look out for, because AI is actually gaining more ground today. So we can see basically what I'm pointing out here is as the payment evolve, payment ecosystem, the evolution of payment ecosystem, it comes with convenience. At the same time, there are risks, right? Just as shown here, we can see increase in convenience and fast, but at the same time, we have security risk, right? Increase as well at the same time increase in theft. So that being said, right, just like I said, the major focus because this is a customer focused training, speak more right on what needs to be done by you, how you can protect yourself, right, irrespective of the swiftness, the pace at which technology is going. Because there is always fundamentals, right? And if you can get the fundamentals right, everything is actually fundamental. So talk about fraud, talk about cybersecurity, talk about threat actors, the fundamental is always there. The rest is just for us to update ourselves. And thanks to FirstBank for what they are doing, just to ensure they keep you customer updated on this evolution, on this technology, and how threat actors. I would like to define threat actors. Threat actors are people, right, that basically defraud you of your payment. There are people that call you that they just want to manipulate you to get what does not belong to them from you, actually, right? So these are training needed, right, to ensure we are free and safe from threat actors. So I think I've been able to capture how payment payment ecosystem evolve, right, and how it actually brings the convenience, and it will not stop. That's a fact. It will keep evolving, right, and that's why we have the evolving ecosystem. So that being said, right, so talking about the risk now, right, what are the risks, right? What are the risks? Uh, we have this technology, right? The era of, in fact, right now there is cashless payment. There is a way we can pay by just generating links like payment links. There is there is swipe payment, right? In fact, now with the latest Apple updates now, you can see can make payment, Apple Pay. You can make payment by just moving your device so close to each other, right? And it's not the end, just like the previous slide. We should expect more, right? But what is the focus? What are the risks? What should we expect? What should we do? How should we protect ourselves? How should we ensure we are not victim of any fraud, right? How do we ensure that we are utilizing the what's it called, the convenience, right? More rather than being victim of the risk it actually brings, right? And these are things we're focusing on. I would like so like some of the risks are itemized here. I'll speak on them quickly one by one because of our time. I'm trying to keep to time. So we can see one of the risks is increase in fraud and identity theft, right? When we say identity, identity basically means identification, like what are those things that they can use, what differentiates you from the other person, right? Even on your account, you have your username and password, you have a means by which you authenticate into your app. So these are your identity, right? And the only way I can, a good way to defraud you is to to mimic your identity, right? To use your identity to defraud you, right? And that's why most of us fall for what we call social engineering, etc. Right? So this technology will bring identity theft, right? Especially AI, and I'd like to speak on this specifically because of the evolution of AI. I think it called I would like to speak on it, right? It's called deepfake technology. I don't know if we've heard of this. And I can, from security perspective, right? And be, I used to be an ethical hacker, right? So deepfake technology is going to be a very useful tool in the hand of threat actor. When I say threat actor, I mean hackers, basically, the way we know it, right? Bad hackers, right? It's going to be a great tool, and we need to be very conscious. We need to be very conscious. We need to be very aware of this technology. What is this technology? I'll define it in a very simple way, right? So we can actually get it, right? So when we say deep fake, just like the name says, deep fake, like that, like a simple way to put it is something that is fake and it is actually deep, right? You know, when they say something is very deep, it means it's rigorous, right? So it's fake, right? Basically, what it does is it can produce a fake, it can replicate real things, right? In such a way that it becomes very difficult to actually identify what is real apart from what is fake. And this, the reason why it's very important is it goes to the extent of mimicking your voice. You'll be shocked that it's even happening, right? But you'll be shocked that you just get a call from someone and the person is speaking exactly as your daddy. The person is speaking using the same voice as your mom's voice, right? The person is using, in fact, video call at times. You know, at times we believe in video call that, okay, I want to see your video. Deep fake technology, it's it's an AI, right? It can actually bring real pictures to you, right? That you think you are speaking with someone you know, right? So, and this would be a very dangerous tools, right? When it comes to identity. So we can read on it, right? We need to be conscious and aware of all these tools, right? But I can tell you there will always be a difference, irrespective of how actors or how you produce a fake product. There will always be something that makes it different from the real thing. And these are the things we should look out for. So going forward, right? So it will increase data privacy violation, right? When we talk about data privacy, these are things that I can basically data privacy is what I can use to identify you. Your name, your ATM, for example, let me use ATM card as a good example. Your ATM card, they have ID, right? They have card number that is different from any other person's, right? So those are data, right? So if I can combine chunks of data together, right, and these are things they use for social engineering. If I know your name, if I know your daddy's name, if I know your parents' name, right, I can just call you and convince you. By the time I call you and I say, "Hello, this are they speaking?" You'll be like, "Oh, are they auntie?" Okay, your auntie said I should tell you. What's my auntie's name? I was able to provide you the correct auntie's name. I was able to provide you, like, give a good description, right? These are personal data, right? So, and they will be violated, right? And we need to, I would like to speak to social media here. We need to be very careful about what we post on social media, right? Because these are things that can actually be used to trace us, right? These are where our identity are being stolen, right? And they are now using it against us, right? So you'll be surprised, how did this person get my number? How did this person know my name, etc. So social media to contribute to all these things. So we need to keep our data, our identity strictly, right? Because if I can steal your identity, then I can defraud you easily. So there will be increase in data privacy violation. There will be increase in successful, that word successful, social engineering and phishing. So I would like to quickly just define what social engineering is. So social engineering is just in a simple way, it's a way of this, like looking for a way to trick you, right? To trick you, to to trick you. When I trick you, I have different objectives. I'm just trying to analyze so we can get it better rather than just giving the definition. So for example, now I'll give an instance. If I meet for example, okay, we are at the bus stop, right? We are dragging for bus, for example, or you want to take a cab, or we may meet at a party, met at a party. I walked up to you, I say, "Oh, hello, my name is SSS, what's your name?" Blah blah. So I start bringing in some emotional talk, emotional speech, just to let you get carried away, right? Just let you get carried away, right? And in that scenario, when if I'm successful in letting you get carried away, right, I'm able to collect some useful data from you. But because you are carried away in your discussion, in your what's it called, in the conversation, you are not aware that you're actually supplying what's it called, useful information. So these are social engineering plays, and that's why at times they call you, and at times they use this social engineering to close out fraudulent activities. For example, now they've gathered your data, they've gathered your ATM number, you just see an OTP message asking you to send the OTP, and you just get some calls, right? It it become less successful, right? Because the person that called you to send the OTP was not able to give you some things, some convincing words, right? But if the person did, if the hacker or the threat actor did his assignment very well, right, through social engineering, for example, the person knows everything about you, the school, everything, right? You know, I explain social engineering as trying to let you get carried away to get good data or useful data, right? So if the person is able to do all those assignments, right, and now called you that, okay, hello, so, I'm calling from FirstBank, right? I am the customer care, I am the manager. The person is able to tell you that, okay, you came to the bank this so time. The person is able to, etc. You know, you'll be like, oh, and one thing about social engineering is it comes with some features like emergency. They will put you on your to, like, you need to do this thing within the next 2 minutes, you need to do this thing within the next 1 minute, or else you lose a lot of. So they can tell you, if you not send this code now, your money will be wiped away. So those are the tricks, right? And if they are able to convince you because they've been able to gather your data, your personal identity, it might become successful. So the reason why I now say there will be increase in successful social engineering, just like I explained deep fake technology in AI, right? Now imagine someone called you, right? Video call, right? And the person is speaking like your mom, like you are seeing the picture of your mom, right? The clothes your mom used to wear, maybe in fact her best clothes, and the person is even using your mom's voice. You seeing the video, you'll be like, "Oh, mommy," and they can just be like, "Oh, I need urgent fee." Like, okay, I need to take my drug. If I didn't take my drug, because these are the things that will put you on your toes. You'll be like, "Ah, mommy, sorry, blah blah blah." Just send the money. You not knowing it actually a deep fake technology. Your thoughts will be like you are speaking to your mom, not knowing you are actually speaking to an AI, right? And this is why we have to be conversant, need to be very updated about airplanes, right? So we can read on deepfake technology. It's an interesting one, right? So there will be increase in what we are talking about the risk now. There will be increase in fraud and identity theft. There will be increase in data privacy violation. There will be increase in successful social engineering and phishing. Phishing when you get an email, gets a call like asking you for some details. And another good aspect of phishing is we should not click link anyhow, right? You can get a text message telling you to click this link or even so we should be careful about the link we click, right? We should be very careful because you clicking link, a link. Okay, I think I would like to give this example. So I move forward because of our time. And the example is at times when you click a link, right? Because these creators they are experts too, right? For example, right, they can design a web page that will look exactly like FirstBank page. Like there will be no difference except you look thoroughly. That is when you know you are not actually on FirstBank page. And what are the things you can see? The URL, like the address. When you click a link, or even when you are doing any transaction, always put the URL. Ensure it's firstbank.com if you are going to firstbank.com, right? At times they can change A to Q. You know they are similar, and you will not know it's Q. You think it's A, right? And since the web page looks exactly like what you are looking for, you can supply your username and password. And these are where they collect your identity, and you are shocked someone log into your application. You are forgotten that you have supplied your email, your what's it called, your details on the wrong web page. So these are what phishing does, right? They will just send you first bank instead of first bank, the A will be Q.com. They'll tell you to visit the web page and quickly attend to some form. There, you attend to the form, you supply your details, your ATM, etc., and that's gone, right? So we have to be very careful of that. So trust and adoption issue, just like I said, the instance of AI, you can see it will be very difficult to trust each other, but there is no we still need to trust each other. Just that you need to verify. You need to what? You need to verify. So if you get an emergency call or you get call from anybody saying first month with blah blah customer care manager, don't attend to it. Call first bank or your account manager, right? And confirm. Are you the one that called? Are you the one that sent this message? Don't be in hurry to do anything, especially when it comes to transaction, because there are tools, right? The evolution of technology now, there are tools that the trade captor has actually taken advantage of, and will continue taking advantage of it, right? Just to defraud you, but you have to be very careful. Another thing I would like to point out is there is difference between first is being hacked and customer being hacked. Because at times on social media, I notice people saying, oh, first has been. There is difference. If first is being hacked, it means at least many of their customer money will be deducted, or one many of their customer we have the same issues, right? So the best way to know that this is not the issue of first bank, but the issue of maybe because you are fall victim of this threat actor collecting your data or utilizing your data is when you, for example, now if you a money was deducted or your account was wiped, right? And you'll be like, they've hacked First Bank. No, they didn't ask First Bank. For you to be sure it's First Bank, it means you have seen like 1,000 customer, First Bank customer that said, oh, my account was wiped. Then at that point, you can say, okay, First Bank, right? But if it's just you or one or two people, you know, it could be careless due to what I've listed earlier, right? So we need to be very careful
Okay,
there. Yeah,
hello, Moyo. Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt.
okay,
You should be rounding up.
yeah,
Yeah, I've given additional time, but please,
okay,
just
yeah. Yeah,
thank you.
so I said, right, so keeping it safe, right? I think we've spoken on a lot of stuff, and this is the final slide actually. So efficiently manage and utilize your authentication security features. Try to know what security features your application has and how you can utilize it, right? Stay vigilant and be proactive to phishing and social engineering. I think we've spoken on all this. So use strong and reliable authentication. One thing I want to say here is use reliable authentication. Ensure you use the authentication that feel more convenient for you, right? Also know all available security and control feature available to you, ATM, etc. Ask the customer care in the bank, ask your account manager, how do I protect, how do I secure, how do I add in my account, right? So they will tell you some of this feature because you might not even know. You should know how to report if there's an issue with your account, etc. Update your payment software regularly, right? Always update. Whenever you see an update from First Bank application, update it because updates means First Bank is doing their own, they are doing their own aspect of ensuring your transaction is is secure. But if you did not update your software or their application or whatsoever application you are using for FirstBank, it could lead to some things you don't want. So conclusion, active participating as a customer, you play a crucial role in maintaining security by adopting best practice, staying informed. You need to be informed, vigilant for future payment and technology, know what is involving, know how people are defrauding people, so you are aware. Adopt the best fitting option from many other options. Ensure that the option you are using for your application or your security, they are very befitting for yourself. Don't use it because your friend is using it. Know you are using the one you can actually secure, right? I think this brings us to the end of the session. So thanks to everyone for participating. If you have questions, there will be time for that. And I believe the CISO will speak more on how to secure on the security aspect of their product or FirstBank product. Thanks everyone. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, thank you, Moyowa, for that very detailed presentation. And of course, speaking on the safeguards, especially for me, in terms of interest, was your presentation on deepfake. Of course, deepfake, it's been around. I could also say it's an emerging risk where as the day goes by and there are more, incursion into AI, we're seeing a lot of some attacks coming from the deepfake area. Social engineering has been with us since time immemorial. So of course, because it's easy, it's not technical. So a lot of threat actors will continue to utilize social engineering because it speaks to the human nature. Please, I think one of your recommendations was trust but verify. It is very key. Don't be in a hurry because threat actors basically would want to leverage that nature, human nature of urgency, and people generally fall prey to this. And of course, stay vigilant. You mentioned about being vigilant amongst all the recommendations in keeping safe. Be vigilant. I had someone I was discussing with, and he said, "Sorry, I don't want charges on my account." And my advice was, how much are you going to lose compared to how much are you going to gain compared to what you stand to lose if you don't even know when transactions happen on your account? So thank you on your presentation. Thank you, for all the safeguards you advised our audience. And I would then at this point call on the CISO. I see the CISO is ready. CISO, once you're ready, if you have your presentation up, I think we can then go to the next line of item on the agenda. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Confirm that my voice is far better.
Yeah, your audio is far, far better. Thank you, CISO.
All right. So I will be sharing the presentation. Can you confirm you can see the slide?
Yes, your slide is up now.
All right, thank you. So let's do it. So to that topic again, I'll be writing on the presentation, earlier presentation. I took time to explain a lot of things. Okay. And like I said, we are not discussing theory here. We are practitioners. We are speaking from what we're seeing. Maiwa has background on card management, digital payments. He spoke from what he is saying, what data is saying, what customers experience. And that fact that the way we are digitalized is to continue to improve confidence. But as we improve confidence, as we are able to turn on our ACs, turn on our refrigerator, turn on the generator right from our office, right from around our residences, the same way cyber criminal can take advantage of that security and cause harm. Okay. So I'll be looking at a number of things today, just to again bring it home for us, so that we can get better equip us and continue to protect and defend ourselves. Always know this. If you apply 5, 10, 15% of what we continue to discuss on this webinar, if there are 20 people to be defrauded, you may most likely be number 20, number 19 or number 20. I am very factual about this. Okay? So what are we saying? We are digitalizing. We are not going back. Some people, I have met people that say they will never use cards, they will never use digital channel. And I say the world will leave you, because the world will not go back to brick and mortar. The world will not go back to issuing tallies. The world will not go back to using cards. If there will, it will be way ahead of now. Okay? So we are in the digital era. The best you can do is, how do I leverage while continuously and consistently protecting myself and my interests? Okay. So we continue to do this. And as a bank, just to inform all of us on this webinar, on 31st March, FirstBank turned 130 years. Okay. And as we make progress, you will see, even with that age, we are at the forefront of digital transformation. We are at the forefront of almost all the channels, pushing up transactions and ensuring that our customers are protected. Okay? So if we look at, why do you think digital will continue to be an issue? Convenience and threats. Global availability. We all enjoy it. Sometimes we can shop by 2 a.m. We can pay school fees by 1 a.m. We can buy things and get it ordered. We can buy flight ticket by 1 a.m. We can even buy flight ticket on our way to the airport. Okay? We can pay school fees. We can pay hospital bills. There are so many things we can do. So it's convenient. It's convenient. It makes it easy. Then increased use. Internet is continuously becoming cheaper and more available. But I always say, with the better available internet, the threat actors and the good people will use the same road. So if the road is free, people that are car snatchers can try. People that are thefts, people that do get away with cars can try. If the road is jam-packed, then people that want to steal with cars will not. So the same way our internets are opening, it's opening for you, and it's also opening for the cyber criminals. So always be aware of this. Risk assessment weakness. We continue to experience internal threats, or in all shapes and forms. Internal threat is a major issue in all shapes and forms. And when we speak about internal threat, sometimes people think it's only in organizations, it's only in banks, no, it happens everywhere. There's a recent circulation where a security man that was hired to secure an environment was busy packing ACs, air conditioning unit to sell. So this can be your house help, it can be your driver, it can be your cousin, your brother, your sister. There's another video that is also circulating where a son teamed up with a cousin of his or an uncle of his to defraud the father through fake kidnap. I don't know, some of you may have seen such videos. So internal threat is everywhere. Don't think it's something that is peculiar to a digital organization. No. So when we discuss internal threat and say how omnibus it has become, always put yourself in a position when you can continue to evaluate your own environment and the people you discuss with, the friends you share information with, the people you tell where you are. I've repeated this so many times that when you tell people where you are, you also tell them where you are not. And most times they are interested in where you are not. Ecosystem banking is also there. Now, no organization can do everything by themselves. You have to work with InterSwitch, you have to work with UPSL, you have to work with this bank, allow interbank transactions, allow interbank ATM, not on us, and all that. So you are no longer able to assure security by yourself. Okay? So you need to continue to integrate in such a way that is secure for you to transact. Level of public awareness, which is what one of the things the FirstBank has focused on over the last 4 years, that we will continue to push awareness across boundaries, and we continue to preach that people become ambassadors so that people are better aware of what to do. Let me tell you, there are people that get calls. I have been getting calls even as a citizen from cyber criminals telling me that they're calling from call center, even in sometimes telling you call center of the organization. So nobody is immune. Nobody enjoys lateral immunity. You have to consistently take actions to defend yourself. Inadequate information security, that's also another issue. What is this leading to? You know, when you say these numbers, there are tendency to say, oh, it's fake. It's not. 9.5 trillion USD, 302,000 a second, 18 million per minute. People are losing money. I don't know if there's anyone here who have neither lost money or knew anyone that have lost money or read about anyone that has lost money. It's not true. There are chances that you know someone or you yourself have lost money. Okay? So this money comes together to give a figure of what people are losing to cybercrime. They say cybercrime community is one of the most rich, the richest community in the entire world because of the amount that people are losing. Our goal is that your money, your hard-earned money, will not be part of this. And that's what we pray for ourselves. That's what we even go beyond prayer to act, to take actions, to advise, and to guide. For people that have taken up the guide, it's always easy. I have seen people call me and say, yes, my WhatsApp was taken over, but they could not do anything. They attempted to take over my WhatsApp, but they could not succeed, just because I took the actions that you recommended. So let's continue to work in this line. But people are losing money, and we have to continue to take actions so that we don't join the numbers. And how can it come? It can come in different ways. I mean, I have spoken to a number of these. Social engineering is one of the easiest way because you don't need to break a door that you have the key. You also don't need to break a door that is already open. That's the point about social engineering. And it always goes from using what they know about you to getting what they don't know about you. So most times when people approach you, open a conversation, call you, tell you everything they know, ask you any other information, tell them that they should have that information if they really know what they're talking about. Ask them to call you back. Ask them to call you back in 5 minutes. Ask them to drop a number you can call. I don't know if you are aware that when people send you a message by WhatsApp, emotional messages or timely messages or something that is quick, something that is going to go wrong in 2 minutes, in 3 minutes, the original phone number most times are still with them. So if you pick up and do a call, you can actually get the person. The person will say, yes, my WhatsApp was hacked. So always know it is better to use a different channel to validate, to cross-check, to verify, not the same channel that have been broken. So if I send you a message on WhatsApp, you can't send me WhatsApp and ask me to confirm if I was the person. It was a broken channel already. So use an alternate channel to confirm. Same swapping is there. One of the easy way to deal with this is one of the issue with same, just put your POC, personal unblocking key, PUK, activate it and keep it safe. Okay? Identity theft is key, coupled with deep fakes. So video is no longer enough. Call is no longer enough. Messages are no longer enough. Okay? So you can need to combine. You need to ask questions. You need to ask questions that the person can know. You need to speak another language. So if, for example, you say you're my mother, I mean, my one gave example of mother. If you call and say, I will start speaking Igbo to you. I will speak not Igbo. I will speak my own village. I will speak inside the house. I will say things that only people within the house will. AI never reach. His power never reach. Okay? So learn to use things that are not generally available to customize and improve your security. Malware is there. Like I said, I have seen cases where people are not updating their apps. They are not updating the iOS or the operating system. Please try and update them. It is data. It will cost you data. But the truth is, it is always cheaper to pay what you know to defend what you don't know, rather than to save what you know to lose what you don't know. I mean, this is critical principle, and it's dangerous. It's not really about who you are, who you are not. Use what you know. Data is 1,000. Get unlimited data for 1 day. There are the way the network have packaged their data. Look for the one that can give you unlimited, even if it's for a few hours, so that you can do all the upgrade you need to do. Okay, my recommendation. Now I'm going to play something for you here. You know, sometimes we say, oh, there's money in the middle, there's money in the middle. What does it mean? I will play something. Just watch this. Okay, just hold on, hold on. I'm trying to make it bigger. I'll do that now. Confirm you can hear this. Okay, let me play it again.
You don't fish. I can't see it. Mm. So, since I think you didn't share with audio, if there's an audio.
What did you say, Mana? Yes.
No, I said I think there's no audio
No, There's no need for audio.
Okay.
There's absolutely no need for audio.
Okay.
The message was visual. So the message was visuals. Can you confirm you can see?
Yeah, I can see the video,
Okay.
though
Yeah.
the playback is a little bit slow, but
Okay.
it's very visible.
What I just wanted to speak to was man in the middle. And can you confirm if you got the message? Just highlight by using any just I wanted to get the message of what the man in the middle is. Okay. Being able to, the more you see, that you say, oh, I'm aware. No, you are not aware of anything. So if somebody approaches you and calls you, gives you your name, your village, your school, and all that, you may have read all those on LinkedIn. You may have read them on WhatsApp. You may have read on your WhatsApp status. You may have even read them on Facebook. Remember that if you combine Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp status, and Twitter and LinkedIn, you can write about anybody without meeting them. In fact, there are people that today you know what is happening to them by just looking at their WhatsApp messages, WhatsApp status. So don't be too cheap for the cyber criminal to take over. Don't put yourself free for anyone to take over. Ignorance is key. That's part of what we are doing here, to make sure that we can deal with ignorance. So you have higher chances of doing the right thing. Now, there are numbers also. You know, before we showed numbers, oh, there's 80 million every minute. No, it's happening here. This is NIPS report. This is NIPS. This is NIPS. NIPS sit in a situation, it's a national switch. So they sit where they see almost all the transactions happening across the industry. You will see that withdrawal is high. This is 2022 against 2023. You will see withdrawal. You will see transfers. This is on actual loss value, okay? Then actual loss.
Sorry, sorry, you might want to move the presentation. We're still seeing the video screen.
Okay, hold on, just hold on. Hold on. Let me check this. Which slide are you seeing now?
Still the video.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, the race, the NIPS starts, it's visible now.
Okay. 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 Did you see the video in the small size or the big size?
The big size.
Okay.
We actually have acknowledgement that it was fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now look at this. So you see withdrawal, you will see transfers. If you look at actual loss value by channel, you will see mobile banking. You will see internet banking. You will see POS. POS will account for withdrawals. Web, mobile, and internet banking will account for transfer. So you see it is purpose. It's related. So what we are going to show you are some of the things that we have done and some of the things that you need to take advantage of to protect yourself. So if you look at by count, mobile is usually number one, followed by web, POS, internet banking. Okay? So we need to take steps to make sure that we protect our mobile, our web, and all our channels. And yes, there's a decrease when you compare to 2022. People are doing more, okay? People are taking more advantage of knowledge. People are, but again, remember in the cyberspace, an idiot is born every second, okay? There's always someone that will do the wrong. And usually doing the wrong thing is not about the level of knowledge that you have, but by the level of situational awareness that you have. I have seen professors being kept on the phone for 30 minutes, downloaded mobile banking, did the token authentication, did everything, and started taking the money. 30 minutes, a professor. So it's really not about pure ignorance. Sometimes it's about situational awareness to know that this call is fake, to know that this call, I can ask the person to call me back, to know that I'm confident that my bank will not wipe my balance because I refuse to give my PIN. This is where active knowledge comes into play. And then using numbers again, I mean, these are real numbers, okay? If you look at fraud count by technique and actual loss by technique, you will see social engineering. You see why we keep harping on social engineering. You know, because social engineering, it is an attack against the human. It's easy to build technology. We can build technologies to defend things. We can build processes, but when it comes to people, because we have emotions, because we are religious, because we don't know when this thief will come, because we don't know this, we don't know who is tempting us, we try to be good. And in being good, sometimes we lose our senses and we make avoidable mistakes. And we need to correct that continuously and courageously. So if you look at, you see things like PIN compromise, you will see things like, you will see PIN in 4 digits. If you do permutation and combination, you can't really get a lot. So most people use their birthdays. So they use 2 of their birth year against the month and against the day. Almost. So be careful. Do not use your birthdays for your PIN. If you have, please correct it today. If you have given your PIN, your card to someone to do a transaction on your behalf, change it today. Change it today, please. Now, then let's come to FirstBank, how we are dealing with it. Okay? So I've spoken about our trajectory, 130 years. We are also at the forefront of digital transactions, both on USSD, on agent banking, on digital, on financial inclusion, on mobile banking. We are pushing transactions. And in doing all that, we are also effectively and efficiently and consistently protecting the interest of the customer. And I like how Maiwa has spoken about it. They say, hey, listen, there's an attack on the bank, there's an attack on the customer. Remember that in a bank, when all the transaction details are presented, the transaction should go through. If it does not go through, it becomes a service failure. So whether it's the actual account owner or a different person is presenting those details, it should go through. But I'll tell you that even at the FirstBank, we have taken additional steps. to make sure that if that transaction is out of pattern, even when all the details are correct, we have capacity today to interrupt and intercept it. And we have shown numbers in what we're doing, and customers have received it very well. So we continue to invest in capabilities. When I say capability, I'm not talking about technology alone. People training and all that will continue to invest to make sure that we can understand that threat and be able to position our practices and our responses to protect the bank and also protect the customers. So, and this comes across when we're doing, we have moved away from traditional banking. We're now in ATM. We're now in mobile, and today we're also in digital experience. I don't know how many of you are aware that we have digital experiences today. One in Banana Island, one in VI. There's another one in about around UNN. There's another one in UI where you can walk in and serve yourself, generate your card, do everything, speak to a robot, serve yourself at a 24/7. And that center is also because we are not going to let our customers down in terms of being able to protect them. But again, there's a part you need to play. That's the part we are discussing, the part you need to play so that we can jointly and collaboratively work together in protecting your interest. So today we offer different channels. I will try to speed up, Emmanuel here. We offer different channels from first mobile app, to first online, to virtual assistant, to USSD banking, ATM channels, phone banking, quick response. Remember that as FirstBank, we are into banking. So commercial, retail, corporate, we are into all kinds of banking services to make sure that we can give a 360 support, a 360 services to all our customers. So among all this, there are things we have done. So today we have secure mobile banking, online banking, we have real-time fraud detection. I was talking about out of pattern. Today we are able to say this password is correct, this PIN is correct, but this transaction is out of pattern. It is not Harrison that is doing this transaction. This transaction is being done by someone. It's not looking like something Harrison is. Technology have enabled us to do that, and we are now rolling it out across our channels, and we're seeing real value. Okay, so what I'm saying here is that even as we continue to solicit and work with you to improve customer level security, we are also taking additional steps to come meet you where you are to improve that security. Today we have end-to-end encryption in most of our use cases. Multi-factor authentication. Please, one of my plea has been anywhere you find multi-factor authentication, activate it because it can save life. And I have seen it save lives every time. You know, I speak like a doctor. I see a lot where I sit. I see a lot. So when I say some of these things, it can look simple, but I have seen it save lives. And I can assure you that it is always better to have it before you need it than to need it and not have it. If your WhatsApp has ever been taken over, if your Facebook or social media have ever been taken over, you will understand the trauma that people go through. So please, wherever you find multi-factor authentication, it may take you additional 1 second, 2 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute to log in, but it is better because it puts you in a different level of protection where you need to be. Biometric authentication, wherever you can, please enable it. Please enable it. Today, we're having better biometric systems that can look at pulse, know when you're sleeping, know when you're drunk, know when that capabilities is being now introduced to the biometric system, which will make it even far better. So what are some of the things we have done? Secure authentication, leveraging biometric, fingerprint, Face ID, voice multi-factor across different channels, artificial intelligence in our mobile and our fraud detection, regular security update and patch management, secure login and session management, secure data transfer, card tokenization and virtual card, advanced threat protection and security awareness and education. We are approaching it from all ends. And I can assure you this is not the list of what we are doing. We are doing far more than this, but you can trust that I cannot come here and speak about everything we're doing, because we also have a mixed audience. Some people may be here just to listen to what we are doing so they can see what they can. So we are doing much more than this, but this is just to give you an example of some of the capabilities and action the bank is doing to protect your interests and improve your experience. And one of the things I always say is that if you hear it from here, check it other places so that you can use the knowledge to improve when you're banking with us, when you're transacting with us, and when you're doing other transactions, because the knowledge and capability are universal. They are not unique to the bank. It's just that in some cases, we combine it in a certain way to make it work better. And look at channel specific. Some of these actions cut across different channels, but just even look at channel specific. So remember that mobile banking is one of the highest. Okay? Transfers is one of the highest. So on our online banking and web banking, we have two-factor authentication, personalized security images. We gave you so that when you log in and you don't see those images, you know that this is not a FirstBank website. We gave you end-to-end encryption, secure login and session management, card tokenization, behavioral monitoring, real-time fraud alert, security question and answer, web application firewall. These are some of the things we have done to put to secure that platform, and we're doing more. Some are in testing, some are going to go to production. We are doing more to make sure that that platform remains secure. Mobile banking will also do multi-factor authentication, limit on device management, advanced biometrics, behavioral monitoring, real-time fraud alert, mobile application firewall. There are a whole lot. Like I said, these are samples, because as a CISO, you don't expect me to give end-to-end. These are samples of some of the things we're doing to ensure that that channel is secure. And we are seeing progress in how we are securing that channel. USSD, we are doing a lot. Today, we also have USSD integrated to the fraud management. There are certain things you can do. We are intercepting and protecting customers, even family and fraud. Do you know what family and fraud means? The family and friend fraud means. It means that your friend, your sister, your brother, your someone close to you that have access to your details have tried to use your details to do transactions that you have. Unapproved transactions, that's what we call it also. So QR payment and ATM, we have different integration and capabilities spread across to continue to improve our protection capabilities. And these are some of the, let me go back to some of the best practices. Card and phone theft. Some of the experiences: block card and SIM card immediately through your bank and telco. Change password and secure account. Don't save your account numbers and your PIN on your phone. Sometimes we do it and we forget. Do not save it. Do not use your birthday as your PIN. I will say it again. Do not use your birthday as your PIN. Whether you're using the 2 digits from the year and using the 2 digits from this and you're mixing it, do not. Use something else. You can use another person's birthday because your birthday is known. Even when you forget, people will remind you on Facebook. By just looking at your Facebook timelines, I can see when the day that was your birthday. Okay? Social engineering, avoid clicking on suspicious links. Implement email filtering. Verify requests. Like I said, verify using alternate channel. Don't use the same channel that have been compromised. Report phishing attempts. Sometimes we are very poor in reporting. So it happens to you, it happens to someone else. But when you report, additional actions can be taken. Use passphrases, use strong and unique password. Avoid English language when you're building passwords. Avoid English language. I have said it in some of these webinars, okay? Use your local stream, use your local masquerade, use your local market, use your grandfather's local name to build your password. It is far more effective. AI power never reached that one. Let me speak it in that way, okay? Combine it, take three letters, combine it. Nobody will break it. Not in this age. Okay, so use something that is not English. In fact, combine Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo, combine Efik, combine any other language, combine Calabari. It was more effective. Okay, then transactions, fake assistance. Be wary of people offering, oh, give me your bank, I want to receive an account. Do you have USD account? Do you have this account? Or you come to an ATM, someone says, oh, can you, my card is bad, let me use your. Most times, you are going to be caught up in a fraud line. Okay, somebody is trying to use your legitimate account to take fraud proceeds. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Use apps that are secure. Only use apps from the bank. Only go to websites or pages from the bank website, official website. Be cautious of public Wi-Fi. I will say this most times. If it is cheap, you are not a customer. If it is free, you're not a customer. You're part of the product. That's how it's captured. So if you have a free Facebook account, you're actually not a customer of Facebook. They don't know you. You're a product of Facebook because you are part of the community that is being sold to marketers or people trying to do advert. You're part of it. Oh, we have 4 million people in Lagos. You're part of that 4 million. So you're a product. So where you need to pay, please pay to become a customer. Perform online banking transactions on your devices and log out. Sometimes we perform and we don't log out. Please log out. Securely dispose. Don't dash out your phone without discussing them, without reformatting them. Okay? Please reformat it to factory default. Keep it for 1 day before you give it out. Use shredders where possible. Tear papers and shred it. My principle from day one is if you have to use your hand and tear it into 5 places and keep one in your pocket so that the shape, I don't know how many of us played puzzle. You can actually get it. It's called dumpster diving. You can actually get all those things and play the puzzle back. But if you have the 5th part in your pocket, the puzzle will never be complete. Be cautious about how much information you share online. There are people, while this session is going on, they're already online, discussing the session, letting people know, oh, this is what I'm doing. Most times, you know why betrayal is very painful? Because most times we are the one that gave the information that was used to betray us. Most times those information were unsolicited. The people didn't ask for it. That's why it's betrayal. So be careful the amount of information you give out. Okay, you are not impressing nobody. The best you can be is to be better than you were yesterday. So be careful and be cautious. Always ask yourself, can this information be used against me? This picture I'm posting, can it be used against me? This update I want to give, can my enemy use it against me? If you decide to ask those questions, there are certain limitations to the things you can share. Enable alert. I have seen people say, no, they don't want to enable alert, but the truth is, alert can save you. It can help you see what is happening on your account. Secure your devices. Do not say it's my devices are always with me. Always ask yourself, what if a day it is not with you or it gets stolen? Don't put certain things on your device. Be security aware. Discuss it, share it, and make sure that the community is getting better. I think that's how we wrap up for today. The FirstBank is committing and recommitting that we continue to do our best. Okay? Where our best is not enough, we're partnering to improve it, okay? To make sure that our transactions and our channels are secure. We will continue to have this kind of sessions. I think there's something else we will do today, in addition to what has been planned, is that Secretariat, can you request people can submit any other topic they want us to cover in the next quarter? Let's have, if there is specific topic or channel or things you want us to cover, please put it out in the comment section. Say this is what are some of the things we need you to speak to. Please put it out and we'll combine it and use it to prepare the next session. Thank you again. We will work to this together. We will be the last to be compromised, and we will jointly make sure that we're defending our common interest. Thanking you again for a very good opportunity. Let's go to questions and we will be able to provide additional insight. Thank you, everyone, and welcome again.
Thank you, Cecil. Thank you so much for that detailed, like everyone has acknowledged, and just seeing the frenzy of applauses and of course feedback, eulogizing on the detailed presentation. So thank you our audience. Thank you our panelists, Mayowa, Peter, please if you can put on your mic and camera as we move to the next item on the agenda. A lot of questions. In fact, going through these questions, I said, do we have time to actually go through all of them? We'll try as much as possible though we have very limited time. In fact, MRCC, please, apologies that we have gone beyond the set timeline, but of course, this is in giving back to our wonderful customers and of course the citizens. Please, the quiz is up. As I said at the beginning of this webinar, there are wonderful prizes attached to the quiz. So please, I'm not also permitted to take the quiz. And of course, this is most for the customers and of course our audience here. So please answer the quiz. And of course, you stand to a very good chance of winning the fantastic prizes. So I will quickly go to the questions. So our panelists, are you ready? I will be moderating and distributing these questions. So we have 24 questions. I think we will take half of that. And as I promised, we would give responses to the other half if we are not able to accommodate them within this webinar. So the first question here is from Morgan. Said, I have two account numbers. One is a current account, while the other one is a savings account. My question is, why can't I log out one of them from my mobile app and log in the second one? This is okay. CISO, no, this is not a security question.
No, I can take it. Actually,
Okay.
our mobile app gives you, if you go to self-service, you will see account settings. It actually gives you opportunity to switch on or switch off accounts, okay? You can decide out of all your accounts, you want the one to be seen when you log in. And that switching on and switch off is also authenticated, okay? So even if somebody logs in without your authentication, you can't go there. So yes, go to your self-service, look at account settings. In fact, I can open it in my mobile service now. If you go to account setting, just hold on so I can give you exactly what to do. If you log into your mobile app and go to self-service, okay? If you go to settings, go to account on and off, you can, yes. You can turn on or turn off accounts. Yes, you can. If you want to turn it, if you linked two of your accounts, yes. Turn on anyone, turn it off anytime. This is we made it possible and you can do it yourself. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Siso, for that detailed answer. The next question would be, though we don't normally treat anonymous questions, but I think I'll just give concession to this. So it says, as we are agents, we are difficult to help first customers in, sorry, this question, I think I'll just keep this, it doesn't read well. Fatai Kola Wallace asks, as your bank customer, what are the measures to take to protect my password and my account? I think you answered this, CISO, during the course of the question. So I will give Moyowa this question to answer. Moyowa, Fatai is asking, what measures should he adopt to protect his account and his passwords?
Okay, yeah, thank you. I think like I always say, it's always good to keep it simple, right? So one, MFA, right? Multi-factor authentication, right? And what does that mean? Activate it on your mobile app. That means if someone should log in behind you, you get a prompt to authorize it, right? And also another good features I've noticed people don't use is for every login on your account, in your email, there's always record for that login, right? So try to review it. Take time, if it's every day, review your login on your email to know if someone has logged in when you were not the one, right? So, and if someone has logged in and you have MFA, definitely you get the prompt. So it's now for you to authorize. So I think MFA is a good one. Another one is to be conscious and be aware. Don't supply details, right? Like earlier said, verify. And as CISO said, don't verify through the same channel. Verify through another channel. I think, yeah, because of time, I'll say that, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mayo. So, yeah, so Mayo, another question. This customer actually picked you to respond to this question. Ndo Chika Ezeadi. He says, what is the strongest protection and security for online shopping? and point of sale payments using cards to avoid possible cloning of our cards or theft of our card details. So she's asking
Okay,
what to
I
do.
like to, yeah, it's good to be more practical. I think one thing that comes to mind, you're right, there are, what's it called? There are websites or e-commerce websites that automatically save your card details. So you must be conscious of things like that, right? When you finish transaction, when you finish using your card for payment, ensure you check that website has not stored your what's it called bank details, right? Because just like we are saying, technology is evolving and there's something we call web scrapers, right? And machine learning. These are things that this technology utilize. So what is the function of web scraper? It goes around the internet, AI, to scrap, like get as much information they can get, right? And so to keep it short, ensure your card are not saved on your e-commerce website. Delete them. And just like we say, fundamental is the best. Ensure there's what's it called, MFA. Also ensure that your details, so privacy is because identity theft, right? If someone is not able to steal some of your details, maybe card details, your what's it called, and you're not posting things you should not post. For example, there are people that even post, they take picture unconsciously. Your ATM is on your table. You've taken the picture together. You don't know you posted this. In fact, on iPhone now, you can extract what's it called? You can extract figures, right? From pictures, like without even looking at it, you just click on it, you extract the pictures, right? All the figures. So we should be very conscious about managing your personal data, your card, your what you post, etc. So things like that. But just like I said, on e-commerce, because I think you speak, yeah, the question is more on e-commerce. Ensure
Yeah.
your card is not stored. Ensure like if you are not using that e-commerce again, you can just delete your details, right? Be mindful of how you share your data, how you keep your data, right? Yeah, and MFA, etc. Things like that will help. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Maiwa.
So, Maiwa, maybe I should also add that one of the risks that we've seen coming up is subscription payments, right? Take example, LinkedIn or Bolt. So you put the subscription and then you did not cancel it and then it continues perpetually, right? And then you think it's fraud, but it's actually you that did not cancel the subscription. Or it could be a fraudster that registered the information on your behalf, right? So we need to be careful to ensure that we are actually making sure that we are canceling those subscriptions. Hotlisting the card will not help. It will continue until you unsubscribe, right? There are also other ways, particularly now that we are going into Internet of Things. Biometrics are very important. So the same way Maiwa said someone could take a picture of your card, it's also now possible for people to take and enhance pictures to get your biometrics. So you also have to be careful. You may be making yourself vulnerable by social media at the same time. So I just said I should state that.
Okay, all right, thanks, Peter. So, Peter, I'll be asking, you'll be taking the question from Felix Ojo. So Felix Ojo says, Felix Ojo is asking, say, if two-step verification happens to be the reliable or secure way to stop social media cybercrime, what can one do if those steps verification fail? And what is the recovery plan as well? So this question is on MFA. If MFA failure happens, what then?
So we usually have compensating controls, and I can vouch for FirstBank that FirstBank has done a lot in that regard, right? First, from the customer's perspective, when you talk about two-factor authentication, it's what you are, what you have, right? So Maiwa talked a lot of that, so I don't want to buttress that too much. From the back end, from the bank side, we usually have compensating controls, behavioral monitoring to ensure that it is the customer that is actually doing that transaction. So things like checking the behavior, what time was this transaction done? What was the value of that transaction? What's the velocity? How many transactions were done within a particular period of time? Which geography was this transaction coming from, right? And based on those patterns, we pretty much can say whether is this transaction genuinely coming from our customer or not, right? we have AI that is also being used to make sure that we analyze those behavioral patterns. So what we've been doing, working with FirstBank, is to ensure that we infuse some of these things directly into the consumer experience of the transaction. And we'll continue to do that going forward.
Okay, thank you, Peter, for that response. Ciso, you'll be taking the question from Chinazo. In fact, I will be giving out two questions back to back. So from Chinazo Onyeneke, it says, thank you, Ciso. There is an increase in money being obtained through loan requests from stolen mobile phones. And he's asking, does the bank take loan history request into cognizance before processing such online / instant loan request to avoid granting loans to rogues? I know this is a big issue.
What is the second question, so I can take
So
that?
the second question, short from Mary Amani, said, can I use another person's date of birth as my PIN since it is not advisable to use mine? Let's say my spouse date of birth. You say the reason why I had to combine it.
Yeah, so let me start from the second one. I think that one is easier, right? You know, PIN is just 4 digits, right? And there are numbers, they are numeric. Yeah. So last, whatever you use, maybe someone's date of birth, right? Unless you use maybe like 00 or something like that. You understand? So I would say you will eventually use numbers. If date of birth is what will help you remember that number, my advice is you use something outside your immediate family. You understand? And I'll tell you why. Because your immediate family can easily, if it is a dedicated threat actor, okay, you can go to your Facebook page. You will know the date of birth of your father, of your mother, of your sister. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's easy. And I say these days, you don't even know, let me speak something else. If you go to every social media today, most of them actually, there's security settings, privacy settings that enables you to do more customization. In some cases, your profile can be hidden, which means that nobody can see your date of birth. You understand? But the truth is, let that day come. Even before you wake up, people will be saying happy birthday to you. Because there are people that know you before you decided to secure yourself. Do you understand? So yes, you can use numbers. You can use numbers outside your immediate family. You can try to see if you can play around with it. Maybe the month and the year can be correct, but the day can be wrong. Do you understand? You can put the day and month wrong, correct, and the year should be wrong. Something should be, you just mechanically put it in your head that something should be wrong. So that even if someone happens to localize how you built it, it will still make mistake. That's my recommendation. So on the first one, I think is a major issue, which is the issue of people using other people's details to take up loan. In fact, in some cases, you may not even be aware. That's why it's part of our recommendation sometimes for you to sometimes go and run your CRC check. You understand? Because it's possible that you are a very bad debtor and you're not even aware. You understand? But notwithstanding, the industry already responded to this. There are certain, in the loan take-up process, it is not just a step. Okay, there are additional features that have been built in, verification, validation, engagement with the details on the account setting. Okay, so some of those things are now being built into that process that makes it a bit more difficult. It was a major issue like 4 years ago. I mean, that's when the sharks and other things were coming in, and people were looking at confidence, just come and take loan. But right now, every other person is realizing that security is key, and being able to give loan to a real human being is also very important. Okay, so there's a lot of responses in that area in terms of loan enrollment. Okay, that is happening, that is helping check the proliferation of such cases. Okay, but because some of these things are coming after, okay, it's always good to check. So my advice is go and run a CRC check on your name to know whether you have any exposure anywhere. So you at least you come into knowledge, then you can begin to take different actions to address it on time before it becomes a major issue for you. So yes, it was a major issue, but it's being addressed. I'm aware because I also sit in the industry that a lot of things are being done. Some of the organizations that had very leaking processes, like allowing any phone number, not the one attached to your email, but for allowing certain, those ones have been addressed and I'm aware. Okay. So yes, it was an exposure, but the industry have responded. If there are cases where that is still, please write me directly. You can catch me up on LinkedIn. I can directly engage that organization to discuss. But here we have taken a lot of steps to address. Thank you.
Yes, so I must commend you for that as well, because I remember that late last year, one of the things the CBN did was to ensure that you can no longer register for those wallets without having a BVN or NIN directly linked to it. And there have also been direct steps to clean up in the bank database accounts that or wallets that were opened without being tied to BVN and NIN. So that helps us to centrally monitor that process. And it's a industry-wide kind of engagement because obviously your BVN is tied to other bank details. So it's easier for us to identify if there was a spillover from a previous exposure of that account. So kudos on that as well.
Yeah, yes. So I beside being a CISO and a few other things, I'm also the workstream lead for the banker subcommittee on payment and infrastructure. So yes, we did a lot of work around that and we can see a lot of progress. So yes. And again, like I said, the goal is that as the convenience is being created, we also move into secure that convenience so that people can transact safely. Yes, thank you, Anna. Thanks for that acknowledgement.
Yeah, sorry, just to add, right, especially for the customer side, just as I said earlier, always update your app because as these new features has been added, right, by the banks, most time until you update your app, that's when you can enjoy it, right? So at times, if you don't update all this app, most time you might be left behind. So when you see an update for your bank app, try to update it because the bank is actually working to ensure you are secured, but you need to do your own part of it as well. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks, panelists. We actually overshot the time, but I think that's a positive, though we still have a lot of outstanding questions unattended to. But as I promised at the beginning, I see a number of questions being asked. This is a quarterly event. So what we do is on a quarterly basis, this would always happen. So please, if there are questions we haven't been able to actually, provide responses to during the course of this particular webinar, we would attend to them. So please, if you are part of our regular audience, please keep your questions. You can repeat those questions. And as the CISO suggested also, if there are pertinent concerns you have and subject areas you want us to actually focus these webinars on, please, you can share that through the chat, because we'll go through the chat questions and of course we'll attend to your suggestions. But I think we have really outstretched our time, and as the moderator, I need to also, key back to my communication guys behind. And yes, we need to actually move this into the next agenda. So I will start from Peter. If you can just share your parting shot, your closing remarks to our audience, and then followed by Mayowa, and then finally the CISO, Dr. Harrison and Najim. Thank you.
All right, I'll keep it short and sweet. First and foremost, to thank all of you for taking the time to join the call today. Your security and your convenience is very important to us. In the old days, it used to be mortgage security for convenience. That's no longer the standard. What we are trying to do is to make sure that we put things both at the back end and at your end to ensure that you are safe. But like the CISO said, no matter what we put at the back end, if you don't do your part of protecting your information and securing yourself, everything that we are doing here is for naught. So we need you to do that. We need you to listen to these sessions and take the information to heart. And together we can make you more safe and more secure. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Peter. Mayowa?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So thanks everyone for attending this. I'll keep it safe. Stay updated, right? Because ignorance, don't be ignorant. Stay updated. Stay updated. Ask questions, right? When you go to the banking hub, feel free to ask them questions. If you are not, so yeah, just stay updated. Be self-aware, right? Know what you give out, right? Limit the data you channel out, just like Siso said. Ask yourself, what could be the negative effect of what you're about to post, what you're about to do, right? Because without identity theft, it becomes more difficult for someone to actually compromise you, right? So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mayowa. So, Siso.
Thank you, everyone, again, panelists. Just again to say, if you take 20, 10, 20, 15% of what we've discussed today, chances that you will be the first 20% to compromise will be less. Okay? Become an ambassador, share this information within your community so that people around you can also listen. Remember that it is better to pay a price you know to defend against what you don't know than to save what you know and get exposed to what you don't know. This is the principle of life. Okay? Also know that for every threat, there are mitigants that are effective. What we have shared here are some of those mitigants, and I need you to take advantage of them. Avoid looking for free and awoof things on the internet. Most times you get what you want and lose what you have. Okay? And if we continue to work together and act in the right way, chances are that we'll be part of the very last to be compromised. Thank you again. We look forward to another quarter. We will receive your feedback. Some of these questions we have to prepare and share. If there are pertinent things you need us to cover ahead of the next quarter, please bring it in and we will research, bring in the raw data, and also continue to improve the communication. So thanking people also at our backstage. There are actually people that make these things happen that you never see their faces, but they're amazing MNCC partners. So also thank them and recognize them. And thank our partners that have been on this call. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your comments, where we take note of them and continue to improve. We will not relent in taking all necessary actions to defend, provide you confidence, but absolutely and completely defend that against that exploitation of that confidence, so that jointly we will remain first man, woven into the fabric of society, and it will be you first, always. Thank you.
Thank you, Siso. Thank you, panelists, Mayowa, Peter. Thank you, our lovely audience. I remain the moderator of this session, and of course, I'm thanking my back end crew, Tayo, Ibukun, and everyone from the MNCC team. You make this happen every quarter. And just like the Siso illustrated, a lot of work goes behind the scene. But of course, you know, you see the front end. And of course, we see all the commendation. And please, your suggestions in terms of how you want us to progress and whatever additional suggestions you want to make, we will go through them. And of course, if they're positive, impactful, we will adopt. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for this successful delivery. And of course, we're looking forward to the next webinar. Thank you. Then see you at the next engagement. Thank you.
Using the wrong tools can cause more harm than good. Same applies to business. Ask yourself, what does your business really need? Not sure? Visit www.smeconnect.firstbanknigeria.com to find out and get the best solutions for your business.
You first. First Bank.
Brother Jumble, why you dey fumble? You no need to dey suffer to send money, oh. Carry phone, make you dial the number 8948. Make you know the wait. 8948. No need to dey stand for line. 8944. It is safe and secure. 894 for me. 894 for you. 894. There's a number that could change the whole world. 894. It no matter if you don't get data. 894. Just pick your phone and dial the number. 894 for me. 894 for you. 894 for Niger.
Dial star 894 hash to get started.
You first bank.
In 1894, our first branch opened in Lagos, Nigeria. And we took our place in this new land brimming with possibilities and surprises. Take Kano, for instance, where the city's wealthiest trader made his first deposit. 20 bags of silver arriving on Camelback. Aren't you glad that we offer online banking today? Expanding across the West African sub-region and beyond, our early presence made it possible for all hardworking Africans to build great things. So is it any wonder that not one, but two First Bankers have gone on to become Nigeria's central banker? We are intricately woven into the fabric of society, supporting polo for over 100 years and pushing the limits of athletic performance. Rooted in tradition, but constantly leaning forward into the future. Are you coming?
You first. First Bank.
Emergencies happen when you least expect them to. It gets worse when you are cash trapped. No need to despair. First Advance has you covered. You can get that urgent cash right now on First Advance. With First Advance, salary earners can get up to 50% of their salary. No hassles. As long as you earn a monthly salary and your salary account has been active for at least 2 months. Just dial star 894 star 11 hash or simply dial star 894 hash on your mobile phone. What's more, when you open a First Bank salary account, you can enjoy 0 charges and free debit card issuance. Download the First mobile app on Play Store or App Store today. Log in to experience First Bank digital banking. Select loans, select First Advance, and follow the prompts to receive your loan. Don't let that urgent need get the best of you. Get First Advance now. It's as simple as dialing star 894 star 11 hash. First Advance. Fast, convenient, secure. You first. First Bank.
Shopping can be so much fun. Scanning through well-known brands and clicking on the payment button is so fulfilling. Thinking of places to rock them? The island or on a boat cruise? Traveling round the world, visiting exotic places with no cash worries or border issues. The First Bank Naira credit card is accepted in over 29 million locations and can be used in over 1.8 million ATMs in over 200 countries worldwide. The First Bank Naira credit card is denominated in Naira with a maximum credit limit of 3 million Naira. It's got flexible repayment options, interest-free period of up to 45 days, and highly secured with Verified by Visa (VBV). The card can be obtained at any First Bank branch and used for international and local payments. So, don't let cash hinder your lifestyle. Get the First Bank Naira credit card today.
You first.
FirstBank. Technology has changed the way we communicate. Imagine if you could chat with your bank on the go and enjoy round-the-clock services every day, making your banking experience much more exciting, safe, and convenient is exactly what FirstBank WhatsApp chat banking is designed to do. Meet Alex. Whether it's 12 midnight or 5 a.m., he can make inquiries, transfer funds, buy airtime and data, pay bills, check account balance, and enjoy other banking services. From the comfort of his home, office, on a bus, in a taxi, while shopping, no matter where he is, as long as his WhatsApp number is the same as the registered phone number on his FirstBank account, banking is now truly at his fingertips. Be like Alex. Sign up to FirstBank Chat Banking on WhatsApp today by adding FirstBank on 0812 444 4000 to your contact list. Get on WhatsApp and say hi. Welcome to a world of possibilities. Add FirstBank on 0812 444 4000 to begin chat banking today. You first. FirstBank.